We welcome you to West Point, New York. You're watching the Patriot League Softball Championship on ESPN+. Today, that is on the line, the conference title, and it pits 1 versus 2 as the regular season champions, the Army Black Knights, take on the number 2 seed, the Boston University Terriers, searching for a 3rd consecutive conference title.
Sometimes their bats are pretty quiet, but throughout this tournament so far, they've had some offensive sparks.
And we are underway with a first pitch single by Annie Christiana. What a way to start things off for Army.
Yeah, great way to start things off. Now, Army.
An all-conference battle, Ricard to Brown. That is well hit deep to right center, and Taylor Brown can touch them all. A 2-run home run. What a start for the Black Knights.
Yeah, what a moment for the junior. We see the horse is out. Just to get her offense started this early on in the game against a really good BU team. A great start for the Black Knights.
First runs that BU has allowed this entire postseason.
Yeah, like you said, over her career, only allowing 1 run, doubling that with just 1 swing.
And after giving up that home run for the first time this postseason, the other 2 pitchers besides Ricard, both freshmen. So Ricard has been in a leadership role, and one of those freshmen in Nell starts her day off with a strikeout. And she misses, ball 4 as Newbern heads down to first. Oh, 2 on Hurst. Hurst hits it out to right, and it's tracked down by Nivar, 2 gone. Two-run home run to give Army an early lead over BU. That gets away from Christopher, and Newbern trots into second. Again, the 3-2. Base hit. Newbern rounds third. She will hold up at the corner, and Army continues its first inning success.
Yeah, and this Boston team have needed to. Let me rephrase. Army has not allowed too many runs, so the offense hasn't needed to score too many, although they can, yesterday getting 8. A great way to wrap up this inning by the freshman Nell.
Cups of standout, though.
Yeah.
FPS loops it, and it's brought in by Christiana for the first out. Potential game 2 today. You'd have to save her for that game as well. Bouncer to second, and it's misplayed by Micah Dones. First error of the game for Army.
Yeah, like you said, Coach
has had to grow as Doherty rolls it to second. Dones, another bobble, and that's in time. Wow. I don't know, Paige. That was a close.
Very close. There's a little bit of hesitation on that play. We'll take another look. Ty usually goes to the runner. Let's wait. And oh, man. That was very close.
As Megan Coyle steps in.
And John, that's a big call there. It goes from 1 out, runners on first and second.
Doherty takes off, and she's safe. Obstruction called anyway. Hitters count. Little skipper to short. Brown on the money, and that ends the first. Quite the start for Army. A 2 medal for the Canadian softball team. Grounder. Nell makes the play, 1 away.
Dones looked like she could have let that.
But laid down. Paulett fires in time, 2 down.
That bunt just hit a little too hard, which points to a very bright future for both. See two young teams in the championship matchup. It's going to be some good softball for a while as that one's backhanded. Just stopped though, no out.
In the first, now facing Danica Nell. Brown lifts it, and it's caught. Addie Lucier brings it in to end the top of the second. So Army gets a runner on base, but no runs to 1-2 from Izzo. And she picks up the strikeout. Tossed to first in time, one away. First strikeout for Brianna Izzo. Ball 4, Williams gets on. First walk of the game tossed by Brianna Izzo.
Yeah, and
California. Called, strike 3. Second K of the inning for Izzo.
good off-speed pitch by Izzo.
Williams goes, and she's safe. Second stolen base. BU being very aggressive early in this game of the bases.
Yes, they are. That just shows they see the value of.
Warriors have only been tossed out twice attempting steals this season. Christopher grounds it. No trouble for Brown, and that ends the second. We go to the third League Player of the Year. White, this is well hit towards the gap, and it's down. A single for Ashton White, and Army leads off with the base runner. She has kept this Army offense scoreless since entering. And a chance to turn two. Depies the flip. No throw from Lucier. One away.
A good heads-up play by BU to get that lead runner.
5 for 10 in the postseason. Hurst chops it. Depies goes 2. Same play. Fielder's choice. 2 down.
That looked like a
games compared to just 10 in the 12 games where she was healthy. Grounder, that gets through. Hit number 2 this inning for Army, and it's Emma Murchison who was 2 for 2. For the freshman. That's popped to right, and Nivar brings it in to end the top of the third. A couple of hits, but BU keeps Army off the scoreboard. Terriers still down by 2, back to bat next. Addie Lucier leads things off. 9-1-2 for the Terriers. Pokes this to Brown. One gone.
and a good stop there by Brown. It had a weird bounce, but she was able to.
Depies loops it to shallow center, and it's tracked in by Micah Dones. 2 outs.
And Army really limiting these errors here. We saw plays like that get a little ugly.
Lions grounds it. Brown again makes the play, and the Black Knights retire the side. As we move on to the fourth, a quick title on the line. BU needs to win just 1 game today. Army must win 2. Micah Dones bounces the first pitch to Addie Lucier. 1 pitch, 1 away.
Yeah, we were talking about it yesterday, but once you get into
10 for 10 in terms of getting to the final round since joining the league. Here's Sienna Tepley. Oh, that's misplayed by Depies. And Tepley gets aboard. The win forced that decisive Game 7. Christiana lays it down, and it trickles foul. You see just how close that was.
A good heads-up aware.
So the bunt now out of the equation. Hello, Kylie Doherty. Back to the circle. Nell goes 2, and Lucier has the second out.
Lucier holding that throw to first.
Located in the Hudson Valley. Brown sharply to short. Depies this time able to record the out. And that wraps up the top of the fourth. We are midway through this game. BU needs to get its offense going. If it's Doherty on the ground. White in time for the first out. Ball 4. Second walk of the game drawn by the Terriers.
On the train tracks. Oh my goodness.
Good.
I went by the train tracks. Ooh, and it gets popped up. This is going to be in between a few Army players, but easily caught. But I was walking by the train tracks just yesterday.
Well, the rally caps are on. Only the bottom of the fourth, but BU's offense looking for something, and they won't find anything here. Izzo helps out her own cause, and that brings us to the...
Well, although she's a freshman and multiple other freshmen on the team, they don't really appear to act as freshmen, as that one rips through between third and short. A great piece of that by White. But the freshmen seem just experienced, they seem composed, especially someone like Nell who's had...
Newburn skies it to Metz. One down.
Got a nice piece of that one. Looked like that was kind of an all or nothing. So didn't know there was a Boston, Georgia.
Neither did I. Throw back to first. Not in time.
Massachusetts is the one that stands out. The Celtics.
Yes.
Getting their first win finally.
That's popped up, and Christopher hauls it in.
And BU defense stringing some outs together here. White still stands on first.
Murchison lifts this. Metz finds it and ends the top of the fifth. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Army 9 outs away.
Just running around my floor. What a surprise I just saw on my ring. That was something. And that goes to third. Easy throw to first. And Army just doing a great job today, just locking down on their defense.
Yesterday, shut out by the Terriers, an 8-0 run rule win. Grounded. Izzo couldn't make the play, and Christopher gets there.
Yeah, those hard hit balls to the pitcher. I feel like sometimes it's luck whether you get it or not. You either have that, you put your glove in the right place.
3-1 on Lucier. Ball 4.
And that was pitched to the same spot 3 times. They were looking for that.
DePies, base hit. Here comes Christopher. She's in there. Lucier coming home. She scores.
Wow.
We are tied at 2. Brooke DePies coming through.
And look at those dance moves. That base hit turns into, after a quiet first couple of innings. We'll take a look at that one again. Just a hard hit ball. Just passes by Taylor Brown. An overthrow there. Results in 2 runs for the Terriers. What a crazy turn of events there, John.
Huge swing, and it results in a pitching change. Caitlin Flanders will enter the circle, and we will step aside. It's a brand new ball game, tied at 2 in the 5th. Here, and then DePies, the single, which, okay, you think that scores 1 run, but then the overthrow, the 7 by Tepley allows the second run to score. And a hit by pitch drawn by Lyons.
And John, that hit scores 1 run.
But with a hit here, can give the Terriers the lead. And there it is. BU, a 3-2 lead. Kylie Doherty with the RBI single.
Yeah, and this game just all about momentum. Like we said in the beginning, the ability to overcome adversity.
Kylie Doherty, her first hit against Army all season. What a time to do it.
Absolutely, and I'm saying this like
Coyle skies it, and it's tracked down by Kuhnfair. Bit of a heart-stopping moment there for Army.
Yeah, we've seen those in-between balls be a struggle for.
First team all-conference pitcher. A strike away from getting out of this 5th. Oh, bases loaded. Second hit by pitch, tossed by Caitlin Flanders.
I think that's the second time she's been hitting that elbow this tournament.
Artie second, Nivar on first. McHugh gets under it. And it's caught by Dones. BU 3 runs in the bottom of this 5th inning, and the Terriers have flipped the script. The 252 batter for Army. On the ground, Lucier. Nice play. That's a tough bounce to deal with for the first out.
That is, but she stayed with it. Her body in front of it.
1-2 from Danica Nell. Poke to Lucier. 2 outs.
Quick 1-2 for Boston, but adding on to that, just being at the academy.
Again, the 2-2 from Nell. Got her! Strike 3 swinging. Danica Nell, what a performance! And we go to the bottom of the 6th. All time since joining the league back in 2014. And would result in the program's 14th NCAA tournament appearance. And Paulett draws ball 4 to lead off the 6th. Christopher 0 for 2, though she did get on via E1 back in the 5th. She does lay down the bunt. Paulett's in there, and BU has a runner in scoring position. Lucier loops it. Oh, what a catch! Brianna Kuhnfair, out number 2.
Great play there by Armour. Look at this. What a catch. Sports Center top 10, I see incoming. Wow. Great effort here by the Black.
Depies smacks it to Kuhnfair. And we are through 6. Here we go, folks. Do not change your channel. We go to the top of the. Christiana leads things off. 1-2-3 due up as Danica Nell stays in the circle. And there is out number 1. Cameron Lyons brings it in the biggest of spots. On the ground, Depies can't make the play. Got by 2 BU players. Goes down as a single. And Army has the tying run up. 2-2 from Nell. Over to second. Lucier makes the play. White beats it out. And Army is down to its final out. Newburn, who did hit a home run yesterday. Newburn lifts it. And it's brought in. It's a three-peat. The Patriot League trophy is shipping up to Boston once again. The Boston University Terriers claim their 8th Patriot League tournament crown. 3-2 the final. Boston U has done it again. And a 14th trip to the NCAA tournament is coming up for the Terriers. 3rd straight championship. This time it came on the road. Remember, BU had hosted this tournament every year since 2017 up until this season. Army wins the regular season. And for Ashley Waters and company, technically speaking, this group was the underdog group. And she felt that it's 1,000% easier in sports to win it as the underdog than having the pressure of being the favorite. Her team had been the favorite for years. This season entering as the 2 seed and winning the championship. Jubilation for BU. And that trophy headed back to a familiar location. Let's send it down to Paige Messier down to the field.